That's cool. Shows up there.
Oh, I like that.
Well, hello guys. We are here for Muggle Studies Book Club, and Gabby is actually in town, so you guys are getting us both on one screen, which is great. We are talking about Skyward. And Blue Lily, Lily Blue. So we know that it is Dewey's 24-hour readathon today, so we don't want to take up too much of your time. So we are making it a short and sweet live show. We are doing half an hour each. So we are going to start off with Skyward. So if you haven't read it, you will be spoiled for this. And then the last half is going to be Blue Lily, Lily Blue. So we are starting off with Skyward. So what did you rate it?
A 4 out of 5 stars.
Same. So we both ended up just finishing this today.
Yes.
So it's very fresh.
And very fresh.
Very fresh.
Like 2 hours.
Like a couple of hours ago. Fresh, yeah. So we liked it, but we did have some problems with it. So
the length. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So Haley rated it 5 out of 5 stars. So we, like, one of, I think, the strongest points was we really like the character dynamics in this one. Mm-hmm. And the way, like, Brandon Sanderson's writing is really good in this one because of the way that he shows versus telling, and we really liked that aspect. What else did you like about it?
Yeah, I love that they introduced the AI, and I love that it didn't show it in the synopsis. Yes. So, like, when it was introduced, it was a pleasant surprise because I had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
And Mbot was probably my favorite character because of just his humor, and it was just so good. I really liked it. So it's hard because, like, I want to give it a 5 out of 5 stars, but I just feel like this book could have been written in 300 pages. Like, it just took forever to finish.
So we both think, like, we both agreed it's read fast. Like, it was easy to digest.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of unnecessary scenes that we could have cut out because they were redundant. He pretty much got the same point across multiple times and could have been a lot shorter and got to the point better. So I think, like, one of our big things was the simulations, the flight simulations.
In the classroom.
There was a lot, and I think, like, they could have done with a little bit less. I mean, yeah, Miss Gordon's series is really good too.
Yeah. So, okay, so I know Brandon Sanderson is, like, known for his epic endings, but I semi-predicted the mind control thing a little bit.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. Because I was like, once you watched the video of him being a traitor, I was like, oh.
Like, something had clearly happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that, but I was thinking more so, like, he saw, like, that, like, the Krell. I was thinking, like, the other way. Like, I was thinking, like, we were the bad guys, and they were, like, coming to try to get help from us type of thing.
That's a good one, too.
And so I thought it was going to be, like,
yeah,
he went up there and saw that they were in dire need and thought, like, there was, like, corrupt government down here. Yeah, and he was trying to fight. So I did not pull the mind control thing.
But I guess I didn't figure it out until, like, 3/4 of the way. So I guess it's not that predictable.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I figured it out at the very beginning of the book. So I mean, the ending was good. I just think that, like, just the middle chunk could have been taken out completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to know, Haley, did you predict the mind control aspect of it? Because I did not pick up on that. I think my favorite character, like, I really like Spen, but I also really liked Hurl too.
Yes.
That one hurt a little bit.
That one did hurt a little.
And you were surprised there was so many deaths in this one because it's YA.
Yeah. I was like, the first time they go up in the air or the second time they go up in the air, 2 of them dies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he, like, alludes at the beginning. Cobb says that only 2 people, he's like, basically 1 or 2 of you, of the 10, are gonna become full-fledged pilots. So they kind of tell us, but I didn't expect, like, 3 people to die.
Right. So, like, one of our biggest issues was that it wasn't super relatable for the how fast they got promoted to be in combat. But we were talking about it, and it's like it is a dystopian-esque world.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in that dystopian world that they were put in so fast. But that kind of like pulls you out of the story because you're like, really? Like, that's a little too fast.
Yeah.
That it's like the same day you're going to throw them up there.
Yeah, I would have like maybe if it had been like a month in already. And first of all, like,
or maybe like even a week. Like, I would have been okay with like a week.
or had they had already practiced on like flying.
Right.
Like, it's not like, oh, we're going from simulation to combat, like flying for the first time.
Right. And like their first simulation was bad too.
Yes.
Like they all like crashed and they're like, it's fine, we're just gonna go up there.
Yeah. So Haley says, I did not see the ending coming, and when I read it, I kind of freaked out. My dog came over to make sure I was okay. Oh yeah, I totally freaked out a couple times.
Yeah. She was reading it next to me and she was like, what?
That's when Pearl died.
Oh yeah. So was there any characters that you didn't really connect with?
Probably Ned.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I kind of liked them all. They're all kind of quirky, and I feel like we'll be able to, not quirky, but they're all like,
they're kind of all a band of misfits.
Yes, I feel like, so there's gonna be more in the series, so I have a feeling we're gonna get expanded more because like Ned is a pilot, but no, not Ned. Arturo is a pilot, but he was taken out.
Yeah.
So he never actually graduated, but he got his like full pilot pin. But now he was in the last battle. So I'm curious if they're going to keep him in.
Yeah, like what's his storyline going to be?
Yeah. So now because they're 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say, well, oh, you know what? I would say, Morning Tide? Is that her name?
Yes.
She was, which sucks because we didn't get much with her.
No.
So it kind of sucks. Like, it's not like we were able to get a lot of, I mean, she died within the
character development.
She died within like the first 100 pages. So yeah, absolutely.
So
okay, yeah.
I'm looking at my notes, and so one thing is her not getting the same test as everyone else.
Oh
my gosh.
But that's like the whole dystopian thing, kind of, I guess. Well, no, not really.
Well, that's just like people being assholes.
Oh,
like,
God.
I was so mad that that happened. I was like, I was so irritated. Also, I was really irritated that she almost didn't go to the test because I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Me too. And I was also kind of like annoyed at the very end when like Ironside just like, she was basically a bitch the entire book and like horrible to Spencer, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're
worried about you, come back.
We didn't want to label your dad a traitor for you,
right? Like,
but
you didn't give a shit about her when you were making her eat rats in a cave. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and like labeling her the daughter of a coward, but like, oh, we labeled him a coward instead of a traitor for you. And I think she literally says, for your benefit.
Yep, she does.
And I'm just like, what the hell?
Because you were doing so much for me, with that. Like, it's not a good deal. Like,
yeah, I felt like that was a plot hole. Sorry.
So I feel like that's like a major character switch too, which maybe in the
not plot hole. You're right.
Yeah,
lack of character development.
Like, so maybe in the next books we'll get a little more complexity to her character.
Yeah,
that will explain that switch. But from just going to not having any backstory on her,
she's very bland.
Yeah, to her, like, she's a very flat character, and her being pretty much set up to be the villain, and then all of a sudden she has like fake compassion for her. It feels fake compassion because you don't know where that's coming from.
I agree, 100%.
So I'm maybe we'll get some development, but it didn't work in this book.
I loved Cobb.
Yes,
great character,
and he is complex, and I like that we got to see the different facets of him, and I think it's going to be even better in the next ones.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be a little more ruthless because when he took Spencer on, he's like, I'm gonna make you work. Right. Like, I'm not gonna show you any
favoritism or anything like that. Yeah.
But he was very fair. I really enjoyed him as a teacher.
Yes.
So yeah.
I was expecting him to be a little more badass though. Like, I
Me
mean,
too.
like,
Me too.
because he was
Well,
like,
we see it a little at the end.
yeah, but like,
not much.
Yeah. And it's like, I was expecting him, like, his teaching style to be a little more intense with everybody.
Yeah.
And you see, like, snippets of it, but just not, like, fully
Mhm.
committing the characters to that.
Yeah. I was expecting it to be, like, more, like, strict, like, military.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. There was a lot of talk back, which I don't think.
Well, and, like, the one time that Spencer, like, pushes against him and calls him a coward, he, like, waffles over.
He was pissed.
But, like, he, like, crumples. He
Yeah.
doesn't, like, get pissed. He doesn't, like, yell. He just, like, crumples in on himself.
Yeah.
And, like,
I guess because it was a low blow.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you are a badass flyer who has, like, dealt with shit, like, I would expect you to be a little more hard and not let a comment, like, take you down type of thing.
Yeah, especially from a cadet.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's, like, been in the classroom for, like, 2 months.
Right. And, like, someone who is still learning, and, like, you've already, like, put her in her place before. So, like, I was expecting him to, like, be put her in her place again.
Right.
But I did like that she, or he continued to, like, kind of poke fun at that. Is like, when they were talking about, like, Spencer finally getting, like, accommodations for, like, room and board, he was like, oh, must have been a coward. So he's, like, kind of poking fun at her calling him out. And I, like, appreciated that there was a little bit of pushback there, but I just wanted him to be a little harder.
Yeah, well, I feel like it made her feel really bad, though. I think it was, like, one of those, like, make you feel guilty with just, like, very little words. Yeah. And I think it worked.
But also, it's like...
But yes, you're right.
She, like, doesn't take into account, like, the words really matter because of how much, like, her being called coward affects her so much. You think that she would have known that growing up, how powerful words are.
Which FM says that, right? Like, I wish, like, you of
all people should know not to throw that word around.
Exactly. Yeah, I really liked that. Another thing that I had, well, I feel like we don't have a lot of resolution, which I know books and a story. It is a series, so you have to keep that in mind. But I really want to know where the ship is from, like Mbot. We have no idea. We don't have any background information on
like
Mbot.
Who the astronaut was. Like, we know his name, but we don't know anything, like, connecting to that.
His pilot. Yeah, we have no idea. So I'm assuming, obviously, that's going to be
another plot point later.
Exactly. So they can't answer every question, but I was hoping to get a little bit more resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I personally like my series where, like, you get more resolution in the first one, and then the story builds, and you get more questions in the second one. I feel like we didn't get enough resolution.
Okay. I don't know. I could go either way with that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, like, a bad thing. It's just a preference for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not docking it because it's in the series. Like, if this was how a standalone ended, oh no.
Well, yeah, that would be a problem.
So I'm not docking it for that. But I just wish I had gotten more. Which is a good thing, because that means I'm interested.
Yeah. And you care about the story and the characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one other thing that I put on there is I like that she doesn't get the flying down right away.
I
really liked that we got to see that struggle. And I feel like she needed that.
She needed to be taken down a step.
She needed to be taken down a peg. Yeah.
Yeah. She was cocky without, like... Yeah. There was no reason for her. She's like, I'm the best.
Oh, like, yeah. And she was... Yeah.
Like, why is he flight leader? I should do it. And it's like, girl...
Like, you don't even know his skills. Like, yeah.
You've never even
very
sat
uninformed.
in a cockpit, right?
Right.
Cockpit? Yeah.
So, I like that we get to see her struggle through that.
Mm-hmm. She has really good character development in the last 100 pages. That's another thing. Like, the middle chunk, there's no character development. We're kind of cycling the same simulations in the classroom. So
same conversations repeated.
Yeah. So I liked the first half. So I wish we had kept, like, the first 100 pages and maybe, like, the last 200 pages and just, like, cut out the middle.
Yeah.
Because it was just...
And I think, like, we needed to see them do some, like, flight simulations because that's how they were bonding and getting close, and that really, like, made them the band of characters that they were. But we just didn't need as many as we got.
I agree. Plus, one of my favorite bonding experience is when the girls snuck her food and like into their dorm
I
room.
loved that
And that
scene.
wasn't even in the classroom. And then another awesome scene is Jorgen, when she sees that he's like up, he like goes to the classroom at night.
Yes,
and he tries to see if he was able to like save his flight mates. That's not in the classroom. Well, it's in the classroom, but it's like not during
normal
training.
classroom time.
Exactly. So like the parts where we got the best relationship development wasn't even in classroom simulations.
But we did like for Morning Tide.
Yeah.
We got that character development and that connection.
I guess we did.
Same with Hurl.
Yeah, you're right.
We got that
a little bit.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna start a romance, and then
I saw that coming and I was like, please no.
Yeah.
Like that's just no.
No, I didn't want it. But then I was really shocked that he died.
See, I like did not have any attachment to Bim.
Yeah. Rig. We didn't talk about Rig.
So did you like Rig?
I did.
Haley, did you? Well, who's your favorite character, Haley?
Yeah.
I liked Rig. I think he could have been a little bit better done.
There's room for improvement.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be a major part in the next one because they're taking him on as engineer.
You know what he kind of reminds me of? I think his name is Simon in the City of Bones.
Yes.
He's very much like that. Doesn't quite fit into the rest of the characters in the story.
But then if you get to the end of the series, he's my favorite character.
Yeah. So it's like, but he just doesn't mesh with the rest of them.
Yeah, he's kind of out of place. Which he says. He says he feels out of place a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. He's not my favorite, but he was not, I don't dislike him.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of
there.
Yeah.
He's there.
I just wanted him to be able to pick a damn, like, what he wanted to do with his life, and he was just, like, not.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll figure it out. And, like,
well, they're 17.
I get that, but, like,
yeah.
Everybody else knows what the hell they're doing, you know?
True. That is true. That is true. The mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, Gabby was cracking up.
I can't get over the mushrooms throughout the entire book. I was telling Hannah, I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to like cook mushrooms again. I'm gonna think of this book. It's so freaking funny. The humor is amazing. I will say that. I think, and I know you're not a very vocal person, like emotional person when you read, but I heard you giggling a lot.
Yeah, I was.
Like
there's a lot of good, like, I think it's just like the way of the humor that he blends it in so well that he just like sneaks it in. Yeah. And a lot of it is like sassy characters and like snarkiness. Like I'm here for the snark.
Yeah. Like Mbot, he was so snark. Him and Spence's relationship is so interesting and unique.
Yes. And especially like when or even like him being like kind of snarky with Rig.
Yeah.
Like in reference to Rig.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny that they didn't like have like a good relationship for some reason.
Yeah, like at the very end, he's like, please don't die because he's going to have to be my co-pilot or like my pilot. That's the rational thing to do, but we both hate it.
Yes. I really actually liked Spencer. I mean, she definitely had like character flaws, but I liked her fire.
I did too.
And I liked her snark. Like, again, like the snark is my favorite. So I liked her snark too.
Yeah. I did too. I liked for what she stood. And I liked how it's dystopian, but it's an interesting dystopian because they still have the freedom to choose. Yeah. So, like, some of them dropped out of flight school and they're like, I can't do this. And it was, like, not even a, it's like, I don't know. They had the choice, kind of. Like, it's an interesting dynamic. It's an interesting government.
So here's my thing with this is that I think this is a little weird that so if you eject, you get your cadet pin yanked from you.
Yes.
However, if you just
pissed me off.
But if you just quit and you're like, I can't do this, you get to keep your pin. Like what?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Like at least you did the damn thing and like tried, like lost it in like battle versus like being like I can't deal.
Yeah.
Bye.
So it's literally like they have two options if the plane is going. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Paco is going down. Either you lose your pilot and your plane, or you lose your plane. It makes more sense to save your pilot.
Yeah.
It's so dumb that that scene made me so freaking mad. But Haley says that she doesn't know who her favorite character is. She thinks maybe it's Mbot, and then she didn't mind Spencer.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Mbot's definitely your favorite.
Yeah, I'd say Mbot, Cobb, and Spencer I really enjoyed a lot. Jorgen was interesting as well. He had I liked his character development as well.
Yeah, he had good different facets.
Jerk face.
Yes.
I wouldn't want him out of the story. I think he has an important role.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to put a romance spin with Spencer and Jorgen?
It seems more platonic because like when they're hugging, there's a scene where they're hugging and he says,
I didn't know you were a hugging type and
yeah,
this is awkward.
He's like, this is awkward.
Yeah. I guess I forgot about that scene. But yeah, they do say that. I don't know. I could easily see it turning into like a hate to love trope.
Which I'm here for.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love hate to love trope.
I don't know if I don't know, because like pilots like in the flight are not supposed to date, and they talked about that. Like
they did?
Yeah. That's like an accepted rule of like you can't be romantic in your pod. So
I totally missed that.
I could go either way. I could be okay with them not doing a romance because I think there's not enough books that don't have romances in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see a good hate to love trope there.
Yeah. Or just like really good best friend. Well, she has her best friend's Rig.
Yeah.
So that should not turn into a relationship, and I don't think.
Oh God, no, I don't think it will
either. No. But I would be okay either way, because I think this book was good without relationships.
Yeah.
Without a romance. I don't necessarily think it would add too much or take away, as long as it's not drama. Like as long as it's not dramatic. Like I wouldn't mind them adding a little bit of a romance. But I don't want like break up together on top of all of this that's going on.
It would turn very like Star Wars-y if there's a romance.
See, and I'm okay with that.
So like if they were like both of those were dating and they were still on the same flight squad.
Yeah.
And Spencer got in trouble and he was like freaking out and like abandoned his flight leader duties to try to go save Spencer.
See, I would be okay with.
But that's very drama filled.
Yeah, but that's different. It's not
because like you're choosing honor or love.
Yes, but it's not break up together, come back.
Yeah.
It's not like high school.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. I guess like high school.
Juvenile.
Yes, that's a great word. But I could see that. I was actually talking to Trevor, and I was like, "Mbot reminds me of the Millennium Falcon."
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And we were also talking about how it's very similar to Illuminae.
Yes.
With the AI and like the snarky AI and being like almost imprinting on the person that you are been awoken with, because that was very much in the Illuminae series. This is Katie, and this is very much with Spencer as they make that connection.
Like he rewrites his program so that he can loophole against his command. I really liked that. So you mentioned earlier how we're going to be reading Aurora Rising in May.
Next month.
May.
Yes.
In May. And this is just like the last like year. Like actually like 2018 and 2019 so far is very science fiction space books.
Yes.
So we had the Illuminae Files, Obsidio came out, now Skyward, Aurora Rising. We had The Heart of Iron come out as well.
Yeah.
In a Owl Crate that I read that I enjoyed as well.
It's definitely on the rise.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see. It's gonna be really. I'm gonna end up like comparing Aurora Rising to this one.
And I was saying that too. It's like it's gonna be hard not to compare them back to back, especially because like even the covers look so similar.
They do, very similar, same color,
but they're both gorgeous.
And
like
a girl on the cover, like pretty much very similar. Yeah. So, okay, so Hannah says she did a buddy read for this book, and it was so much fun discussing everything while reading this book with my friend. I rarely read sci-fi. I'm so behind on all of them.
Oh, you need to read Illuminae Files.
It's
those
really
are
good.
Like best.
They're so good. And listen to the audiobook if you have a chance to.
Yes.
If you can. If not, like, you can also just...
The book's really fantastic, but if you can combine them both, that's top notch.
Yeah. It's very, very good.
So besides making this shorter, what would you have changed in this? Same question to you, Haley.
Yeah, I think if it was shorter, I would have given it maybe a 5 out of 5 stars.
But is there anything else you would have changed in the book? Any, like, relationship dynamics? Any, like, anything? Any more character development for a certain character?
Yeah, I wish we would have explored maybe her dad a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's going to come in a later book. It's hard because we're getting more books in the series. So I wish we maybe would have gotten a little bit more from, like, the other guys too, but it's from her point of view. It's first person. So it's hard to get Ned and Arturo and all of their...
Do you think we're going to stay with Spence's point of view, or do you think we're going to get another point of view?
I want to stay with Spence's.
I think we have to, with how focal she is for this next part.
Yeah, with, like, the whole defect. Okay, actually, yes, I would have changed. I would have liked a little bit more because it's kind of, like, wrapped up really quickly. It just kind of threw all of this, like, defect, and you can control the ships, and now the Krell, which actually that reminds me a little bit of Across the Universe.
I've never read that one.
Oh, it's so good. It's really good. But
it did wrap up.
It wrapped up kind of like they kind of threw all of this at you without, like, giving you more. It's, like, very skimmed the surface. I would have liked to have a little more.
Yeah, so we really, like, the structure, we really needed more of a build-up versus, like, it was very stagnant through the middle, and then it went straight up.
Yeah.
We needed a little bit more
of, like, an
gradual
ascending, what is it? A rising story, rising climax, rising. I forget the peak of stories.
Yeah, that's the climax.
Right, but then it's, like, rising. It's, like, descending.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But we definitely needed that gradual build up there.
Yeah, versus just it was really just the fact that I just don't like extra, and it wasn't necessarily fluffy.
No.
But I don't like extra length for, like...
Just for length.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I will say this is probably Brandon Sanderson's shortest book. So for him, 500 pages is like, oh, this is nothing.
I don't know if this is the shortest book.
Oh, wait, no, these are pretty small.
Oh, yeah, these are his other YA series.
Yeah. Calamity. Yeah. Okay.
So these are 400s.
Okay. Oh, no, that's big.
Yeah, that's in 700s. Never mind.
Yeah, no. So his Mistborn, obviously, Way of Kings. Those are massive. So that's why I'm saying, like, I hear he's just really great author. So I don't want to judge it too harshly because I feel like the next one could be really, really good. Will you continue on?
I think so.
I feel like Trevor's gonna make you.
Right, like, he's gonna rave about it too much that I would want to pick it up. Mm-hmm. If I didn't have any other, like, other people reading it, it would maybe on the fence.
Right.
It wouldn't be high priority, but I would like, if it's there, I'd do it.
Oh, yeah. The Well of Ascension is over 700 pages. Yeah. And it's hard when, like, you have someone who's like, you need to read this. It's so good. It's like the best book ever. It, like, the hype is real.
Yeah, Trevor has killed it for Gabby. And Gabby's like, I don't trust Trevor on anything that he hypes now.
Yep. Skyward. No. I'm just joking. Like, it's good. It's good. It's good. It was good. I think if I hadn't left it to the last minute, I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Because that's hard. Like, we're trying to basically read a 500-page book in 24 hours. That's tough.
Yeah.
So I think we're just, like, sick of the book.
So is there anything else you want to talk about before we switch over to Blue?
I'm good.
Okay. So we are now switching over.
Oh, you never said what you would change really quick. Would you change any relationships, or is there anything?
Yes. Yeah. I wanted more from the grandma. Because she didn't get very much character development. We didn't get enough first. So, like, when we got her, it was like this was all about her chunk, but it wasn't like a she was really in her life that
Right.
much.
We just got like a massive like twist to the story from the grandma, and we're like, well, where's the grandma been in the last
Right.
400 pages? Which is why I'm saying we need the first 100 and the last 200.
Yeah. So that's what I would change.
That's good. Yeah. The mom was annoying too.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't even remember the mom.
But like once again, she showed up 3 times maybe.
Right.
So, I mean. All right. Blue Lily Lily Blue.
I read this for so long ago, I've got to remember.
I know, me too. What you rated a 5 out of 5 stars.
This is by far my favorite. So far.
I think I rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. I think I did 4 out of 5 stars.
I didn't read
4.5. 4.5.
I didn't write very many notes, but I did write I did not like that Matthew was a dream.
I love that.
No, I was like, he's gonna die.
I don't remember, honestly.
Because like if you don't take care of the
well, only if Rowan dies.
Yeah, but like he could die.
But he wouldn't die, he'd go to sleep.
Wait, what?
He wouldn't die, he'd go to sleep. If Rowan died, Matthew would go to sleep. Just like
yeah, but he's pretty much dead. Like
no, because let me just make sure. With the mom?
Because like they stay asleep because they need that like connection. So if Rowan died, they would stay asleep forever, right? So it's practically dying.
Yes, unless gosh, maybe it's in the Raven King. I need to make sure I'm not spoiling you. I won't, don't worry.
But as soon as I found that out, I was sad.
Yeah. Could be in the Raven King.
So this one was the like
it's probably in the Raven King.
This one was like the very eerie.
Yeah.
And like and so I think I said this about the last one too. Like this is like that one was the weirdest one. And now I'm like this one's the weirdest one.
Yes.
But like in a good way.
Yes.
Like I loved the psycho chick.
Gwendolyn?
The daughter of the
yeah.
Is that the her name? I don't remember. I think so, yeah.
Gwendolyn, right?
But you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
The fact that she's like singing and she's just like batshit crazy.
Gwynlian.
Yes, yeah.
Gwynlian.
Yeah,
she's insane.
Thoroughly enjoyed her.
She's been in a coffin for 600 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even really a coffin, right? Because she's just like face down.
No, she was in a coffin.
Oh, yeah, she was in a shallow coffin to distract.
Yeah, she was in a tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about like her mom just like up and being like, "See y'all later"?
Yeah, I don't. And it says like she didn't think she was gonna be gone that long.
Yeah,
but well, like who does
come
that?
on.
Who does
like
that?
You have a child, first of all.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Mora is probably my least favorite character in the story, honestly.
Even over like Persephone and like the others.
Yeah.
And
so
sister
like
things.
Well, Neve is a villain. So I can understand her.
Like you love to hate her.
Yeah, I don't like her, but I don't hate her. She's like a villain, so I feel like she's probably there.
Yes. I was listening to this at work and I was like, wow, that is not on pitch there.
No. So the audio
but the, like,
so bad.
But like that like made it more eerie for me that she was like it like drove home like how bad the singing was on the audiobook. That like I was like, she's real bad shit.
Could you imagine like yeah, that is true. That is true. So like if that's what they're really hearing constantly all day,
right?
I would like
you're like, holy crap, can we put her back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you surprised that they took her out?
What do you mean?
Like that because they were like debating whether they were gonna like help her or not. And Gansey was like, yes, and Ronan's like, no. Like, leave her there.
No, I would have taken her. Can't leave her
You would have, I don't know if I would have taken her.
You would have left her?
She could have killed you.
She was bound.
Yeah, but they undid like one of her like bindings.
Yeah.
And they eventually like did like because they like let her live in their house,
Yeah.
So like they took off all the bindings.
Well, Persephone was like, she's okay.
Yes.
And Calla said she was okay too.
Yeah, because they were like, once they're back at the house, they're like, take them off, like, I'm so sorry. But still, you gotta think about it. These are like, what, 17-year-old girl, or like boys and girls?
Yeah, they're 17.
Taking this like batshit crazy person out of the cave, and they're like, nah, it's fine, we got this. Like,
yeah. That's true. Yeah. Like, I'd like to think I would be like not leave someone in a tomb, but you're right. Like,
see,
I don't know how brave I would be.
This is like, I think I swing to the Slytherin side versus the Gryffindor side of this, because I'd be like, nah, man, self-preservation. I am not dying for this chick. Like, that's all right.
Yeah, that's true.
See, I think I would like. This is where like my true Hufflepuffness comes out. Is that I'd be like, let me call someone. I'm not gonna leave you, but I'm not gonna risk my life for you either.
Actually, we should sort the characters. Blue, Gansey, Adam, and Rowan. I think Gansey's Ravenclaw. He's so analytical. Like, oh, but maybe he's
so like honorable though. He's Gryffindor.
Yeah. He's Gryffindor. I guess he is.
Adam's tricky.
Adam is really tricky. Rowan is Slytherin.
See? Okay, so Haley said she would have kept her bound. Okay, but this girl. Okay.
But granted, we have to talk about this. She's a witch.
Right, so she's more dangerous. Like, leave her in the tomb.
That's true. She possessed Noah.
Yeah. So, and like when they're like lifting her out of creepy. When they were lifting her out of that tomb, she was like leaning back, trying to bite them. So she was already like aggressive. And
I would have left her.
And like Rowan's like, nah. Like
this bitch gotta stay.
Yeah. So it's like she was already like not docile. Like
that's true. That's very true. That is very true. No, you're right.
And then they were like lifting her out. She was trying to bite them, and then they still proceeded to cut the binds. And I'm like,
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Granted, she wouldn't be able to. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. But the thing is like, I don't think these children have any fear. Like, pardon me, I don't know.
That's true. Gansey doesn't have fear because he's not afraid of death because he like, has that weird mystic part of him.
Yeah.
So where would you sort Adam into the Hogwarts houses?
And Noah too. We gotta sort Noah too.
Noah's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Noah is a Hufflepuff.
That's easy.
What Blue is a hard one too. Blue's Ravenclaw.
The only reason I would put that is because she's like unique, like Luna.
But she's also very smart and intellectual. And she's like, she thinks things through. She likes very calm. Like when her and Adam are fighting, she's like, no. I'm going to go sit outside. I'm going to let you think about if you want to come say sorry to me. I'll be outside. But she doesn't like lose her temper. She's very analytical and
she's not irrational.
Exactly. She's not irrational.
Okay. I could see that. I could see her being a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
And Gansey's Gryffindor. So Rowan?
Slytherin.
Really?
Yeah.
With how much like...
Because you're like, he's very self-preservation. Like, no. Like, I want to do... And like, if he does anything... I think he's Slytherin.
I don't know what else he would be.
He's just like, plus he's got the snake tattoo, and they call him Snake.
I just think he has more facets than being like a hard person. Because you see the tenderness that he shows to Adam.
Yes. But
that's what Slytherins do, is like they're protective of like...
Yes.
Like they are...
Yeah, but he does it with his
stand
like
up for their friends too.
Like when his like he's not afraid to get into a fight. Granted, that could be a Gryffindor thing too, but aren't like Slytherins a little bit more like willing to fight?
No.
Not necessarily.
No, because it's more like self-preservation.
That's true. Which I think
Gryffindors go in there for like the honor and
That's
like they
true.
want the
glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is you're right. That's very Gansey. Like he wants to find Glendower.
Yeah.
For like
But he wants it for Hufflepuff reasons.
Yes, he does. Gansey.
So he doesn't want it for the glory. He wants it for
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have Adam.
I think Adam is a Slytherin. I think he's a tame Slytherin.
I'd say not Gryffindor.
No. But he's very selfish and
he's very selfish.
And
Rowan can be selfish too, though, with his brother.
Yeah, but that's again that's a caring way type of thing.
Yeah, not Matthew though, his other brother.
What do you mean?
Like he punches his it starts with a D. Tip of my tongue. Not Damien. Is it Damien?
But how is that being selfish?
No, I'm not saying he's selfish. I'm just saying like. Oh, I guess you're right. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry. Aw, thank you. Noah's clearly a Hufflepuff. Yes.
Yeah, he's totally a Hufflepuff.
I was gonna say Adam could be a little Hufflepuff.
No.
No.
Who is he like tender to?
Nobody. I don't know. He's hard.
He's a Slytherin.
Yeah, I'd say Slytherin.
He's a Slytherin because he wants to take care of himself. He doesn't want any help. He wants like to be self-sufficient. He doesn't want anybody close to him.
So maybe he's more like Gryffindor.
Nah.
He wants it like he doesn't want anybody to help him. Like he's very prideful and very prideful. Like he won't accept help from anybody. And it's like pride.
That's true. I don't know. I still think he's Slytherin. Because he's like and not all Slytherins are bad.
No, and not all Gryffindors are good.
Right. But like, he's like a bit of an asshole.
So is Rowan.
But Rowan's got such tenderness on I think Rowan puts out like a hard front, but he's like very soft inside.
So you think Rowan could be like Gryffindor?
I don't know. Gosh, these are hard.
These are hard.
Good on you, Maggie Stiefvater, for giving such complex characters.
Yeah, I think he's a Slytherin.
Which one?
Adam?
I think he's a Slytherin because he's like a jerk to Blue.
Yeah. No, Adam's a dick.
Yeah. I think like Rowan could be a Slitherpuff.
Rowan?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Well, I also said Gryffindor as well. Rowan just doesn't.
Because he puts out a front, but he cares so much for the people that he cares about.
I'm trying to think of what character Rowan is the most like in
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. Like, but I can't.
He's just too unique.
He really is. Like, Adam, I don't even know, like, Adam's a weird one, too.
I think Maggie Stiefvater posted which house is... Oh, what? See, yeah, Adam's a Slytherin.
Yeah. Interesting. We're going to have to look that up. Okay. On to, did you take other notes for... I'm going to Google it really quick.
Very little notes, to be honest. Oh, Persephone dying. Maybe real sad. Really? You're like, I don't care?
She wasn't like, I liked her, but she like, maybe it was the audiobook. Her voice was so annoying that when she died, I was like, thank God I don't have to hear it anymore. I think that was like my thing.
Oh, Haley says it's in Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, Adam Slytherin, Ronan Gryffindor, Noah Hufflepuff, Gansey Gryffindor.
Really?
See, that's what I said. Ronan maybe Gryffindor.
I think he is a Slitherpuff.
Where's Blue?
Who the heck is Henry?
Who's Henry? Oh, Henry, the one where he's petitioning. We don't get much of him.
No. Also, what is that?
Mordor.
What is that? What is that?
That means nothing. That's Lord of the Rings.
That's what I was like,
Mordor.
what?
That's really funny.
I was like, am I missing like a Harry Potter thing? See, thank you. I was sad too because
she
she's a
said
sweet
blue
little
is
thing.
Ravenclaw.
Yes, I can
Okay,
see that too.
me too. So we got that right.
Well, I'm sorry, Maggie Stiefvater. I think Adam is, or not, I think Ronan is a Slytherin.
Ronan.
Mm-hmm. Because like you said, he's got the self-preservation, but he is so tender, like his brother and Gansey and Adam. Like he has, like when he has,
But
Chainsaw.
yeah.
Like
But
when
Ron
he has
is
soft
kind of like
spots-
that to his animals. Like
What?
Ron and Scabbers, he's very like, no, maybe not.
No, he's not.
No. Maybe not. No, you're
like
right.
when he has soft spots, they're like gooey.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yes. Like Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew and Chainsaw. Yeah.
So he's very loyal to the people who he's loyal to.
Yes. And you see a lot more of Ronan in The Raven King. So I don't remember how The Raven King ends, but I remember that it's my favorite one because of the relationships.
I really liked the whole dynamic of Blue Lily, Lily Blue.
Yeah.
I really liked like the premise. I liked that we got more of the adventure part of it. We got more well-roundedness on everybody's side.
Yeah.
I do say that I wish we got a little more of the trial. That's something I would have changed, is we got to see the trial happen.
Right.
Like we got to see the beginning and we got to see Gansey come in, but we didn't get to see that character development because I think that is a major point in Adam's character development on letting them be a part of it.
Right.
And that's a huge character development on him. And I wish we could have gotten to see that more.
Right. I'm pretty sure it comes back as like a flashback in The Raven King. Or it comes back.
Talked more about.
It comes back. Yeah. Like his parents. Yeah. His parents come back in. Like, we're not done with the trial.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I think we're done with the trial, but we don't know what the verdict was. But, like, we're not done with the story. It's not done yet. We're going to know more.
I just, like, was irritated that I was, like, listening to it and was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like, they're, like, going to the courthouse. Right. And then it's, like, you see Gansey walk in. He's like, is this okay? I'm here. And then it like jumped. And I was like, that's it? This has been such a big plot point for him and we get nothing for it.
I agree. But I remember more.
So here, so this will be my first time reading The Raven King. I did by the day it came out, just never got around to reading it. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to get to this. Also, do we get an actual Raven King? Is someone, because everybody
don't know. I don't remember.
Everybody talks about how it's like they talk about like the prince, like Raven, that's been mentioned several times in different characters of being like the Raven Prince.
Right.
And I'm like, who's the Raven King? Because I feel like every character has been named Raven Prince. That I'm like, who is missing? Because that's going to be a real bad twist if it's going to end up being Noah, because I will revolt. Because that's terrible. If Noah ends up being the Raven King,
I don't think so. No.
That's like, he's like a weak character.
No. Noah's like, no.
Because really, it should be Rowan.
The Raven King?
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's one of the 4?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it not?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
See, I just assumed that it's one of the 4.
Oh, I don't remember. I honestly cannot remember the whole Glendower plot. I cannot remember. All I remember is like the relationships are really sticking out.
I'm very excited for the next book.
It's so good. It's my favorite.
But I love the way that she writes. I'm not a fan of flowery writing, but the way that she weaves the stories is incredible.
It's really good.
And it keeps your attention throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you care about each plot point and they all blend together really well.
Yeah, and it's harder to read though. Okay, I know the audiobook is bad, but do you find yourself following along better physically reading it or the audiobook?
I think the audiobook, so I've tried to read it and it was slower paced for me.
And I find myself like falling out of the story a little bit.
I can see that, but so my thing was like, I had already listened to the first 2 books on audiobook.
Right.
So I tried reading it, and I enjoyed reading it, but I'd already had those voices in my head for 2 full books. So
you
even when I
just
was
went
reading
on.
it,
Yeah.
it was still in my head. And I was like, well, I
Yeah.
might as well just read or listen to the stupid audiobook now.
Absolutely. Oh my god, I can't find it. I'm not sure. But I do remember there is more to happen with Adam and his parents, and obviously we haven't seen it yet, so it has to be in the Raven King.
Welcome to BookTube.
Okay.
But I'm so excited for the next one.
Yeah, it's my favorite. And it's the prettiest cover, I think.
How big is the next one? Is it considerably bigger?
No, I think it's the same. I think it's actually a little bit smaller. Let's see. No, look.
No spoilers.
Oh, wait. This isn't even... Oh, this isn't even part of... That's not even...
Because it's acknowledgements.
It's like acknowledgements and then the start of her other story.
Oh.
438 pages.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not a terrible one.
Mm-mm.
So Haley said with the first 2, I felt that they were slower with physically reading, but when I picked up to read Blue Lily Blue, I was absolutely loving it. So, like, I liked it too. I think I would have gotten more enjoyment out of if I would have physically read all of them, because I read the first one and I adored it. And I didn't have any problem with the pacing with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I went and reread it, I was... the audiobooks, now it's just those voices are stuck with me.
Yeah. What did I say? This one, that one's 390, and what did I say this one was?
4 something.
Oh, yeah, this one's bigger.
Good.
Yeah, 438.
Which is the last one should be.
Yeah.
Also, with the new book, too, Call Down the Hawk. That's the new, like, Rowan series that's coming out this year.
Oh, don't read the synopsis.
I know. I just know. See, that's why, like, Call Down the Hawk, like, that's why I thought that he was going to turn into a bird.
Oh.
So I was like, it's that Rowan. Like, maybe he turns into a bird.
Yeah. When does that come out?
I think it's this year. Because pre-orders are already available.
What's it about? Is it about Rowan?
I think so. It's a Rowan's,
November
like,
5th.
centric series.
November 5th. It is the first book in a standalone trilogy set in the world of the Raven Cycle.
Hold a second.
It follows
standalone trilogy? Isn't that?
It is the first book in a standalone trilogy set in the world of the Raven Cycle.
How can you have a standalone trilogy?
That doesn't make sense. It follows the events of the Raven King and follows the adventures of the Lynch family. You don't have to have read the Raven Cycle for it to make sense, though I tend to think the world is a better place if you have read the Raven Cycle. That doesn't make sense. How is it following the Raven King if you didn't read the Raven Cycle? No. Like, what?
Who wrote your synopsis, Meg? Steve Otter?
I don't know.
If anybody has any information about this, let us know.
I'm not. I don't believe that. That's strange.
This is maybe because it just follows Ronan.
Yeah, but still, you need to know who Ronan is. Like, Ronan's a big deal. He's like the Grey Warren. He's
right.
Like,
you need to have that prior knowledge, unless it's before. It's like it deals with before his dad died type of thing, and we're getting like a prequel almost.
Let's see. It says it follows the events of the Raven King.
So no. Also, how can you have?
Oh wait, is it about
a standalone trilogy?
It's about Ronan Lynch.
Maybe the other 2 books are going to be focused on like Noah and Adam, and they get their own books too, or they're like Lynch brothers.
Jordan Hennessy, I don't know who that is. Carmen Farrock Lane, I don't know who that is. So interesting. I don't know. I might read. I'll probably end up reading it, but it says it's about not Ronan. Did I say Ronan or did I say Ronan Lynch is a dreamer?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's following. I don't know. I'm excited though.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to read that one.
So I think that do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Dare you?
Yeah.
No, I think we're good. Like, what? Oh, gosh, so much happened in it though.
I know.
I adore Kala. Sorry. I adore Kala.
Oh! So I want to talk about what happened at the very end in the cave.
Yes.
That person be crazy.
Neve? No.
No. The girl that like brought down with a gun and was like, we're just gonna start shooting
what's
people.
What's her name? Not Brooke. Piper.
Yeah. I like knew she was kind of odd, but I was not expecting her to be like that bad shit.
Oh, now I'm really curious of this whole like Mora, the gray man, and her dad.
Yeah, how that's gonna work out.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued about that.
I feel
hopefully it's not too much of a love triangle,
yeah.
but I think it might be really interesting.
I think that like I really thought that Mora was gonna be smarter than to go down to this thing and get caught up in like being seduced by that person on the door.
Yeah.
Like I thought like she was gonna be smart enough to not, because she's so like timid about things.
Yeah.
That I thought she would have been.
She's smart.
Yeah, so I was like, what? Like that seemed a little out of character for her.
I agree. So who was the third sleeper? We don't know, right?
Right.
And that's who they just woke up. Piper and Neve.
Yeah.
Is Grey Mantle dead? Green Mantle? Is he dead? I forget. No. He left the cage. Cave. Sorry. Okay. Right. Interesting.
There's so many different plot points to cover at that.
I know.
That's going into
can we talk about Gansey and Blue really quick when they're like he's teaching her to drive stick shift? She's like, just come pick me up. And he like comes pick her up. And like just like he puts his hand on her knees. She's just so good at that, like
not overly sexualized relationship, but very romantic.
It's so intimate.
Yeah.
And like you said, romantic, but it's not like overly sexualized.
Yes. Or like when they're like driving and then like touch, like reach back to hold each other's hands while he's driving. I
love that.
Very adorable.
Yeah. And then when they're like in the boat and she's like wearing more clothes than her cousin, and Gansey's like, he's like looking at what's her cousin's name?
I don't remember.
Not Calla. I can't remember her cousin's name, but she's like basically half naked, and Gansey's like, well, Blue like looks better with like just her knees showing. Yeah. So a lot has happened. I can't remember. I don't know. So
our next books is obviously going to be Raven King, and then Sadie up there.
The Raven King and Sadie
are our next picks for April. So these are, and these will our live show is going to be on Gabby's channel. What day? I remember what day. Head off.
May 4th?
Yes, May 4th.
Okay.
So make sure you are subscribed to our Twitters, because we're going to be sending out reminders there, and also our Goodreads page, so you can see what other books we are doing. And yes.
Oh.
So we've talked about like how good the audiobook might be, because Trish has already read this already for this month, and she's like was raving about it. I'm like, oh gosh.
Really quick, we just want to mention there are trigger warnings for child abuse, sexual assault,
let me see.
Violence,
death of a child, substance abuse, child abuse, and molestation.
Yeah.
So
just kind of
yes, Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
So that is going to be pretty much it for this live show. Let us know if you guys like the shorter live shows.
I was just about to say, like the 30 minutes quick.
Yeah. Versus like 2 hours.
I'm totally okay with moving to this, just making it an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more doable for everybody, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So we may be going to that.
Yeah, I think so. And then we could just like, if we go over a little bit, it'll be like an hour and 15 minutes or something.
Right. And we can always talk on our Goodreads pages too.
Yeah.
For more discussions.
Yeah. We've kind of let that.
Yes. Yeah.
A little, but yeah.
So that is going to be for next month. Thank you guys all for joining in, and we will see you guys then.
Yeah.
Bye.